If you find yourself working so hard, pushing yourself on runs, you're out there multiple times per week trying to get faster, but you're not seeing the progress you want, you even think you're running more and harder than your friends, but they seem to just naturally be better, and they don't even struggle with injuries, then this video is for you. Unfortunately, life isn't fair. The truth is, those who work the hardest don't necessarily become the most successful. Same goes for running. You could be training harder than an Olympic gold medalist and still not PR a local road race. And in this video, I'm going to show you why hard work alone isn't enough and what to do instead to actually get faster. Part 1, what you're doing wrong. Here are the facts. It doesn't matter how little you think you're doing if you're not recovering, if the total stress is too much for where you're at right now, and yes, that can change later, then it's too much. And your training isn't making you stronger, it's breaking you down. When you hear phrases like junk miles, overtraining, or running too hard on easy days, it all comes down to this. Your training should have a purpose, and if it doesn't, what's the point? After I ran my 2:46 marathon, I fell into the more and harder equals better trap. I just kept adding more, and eventually I broke, and I stayed broken. I had 6 bone stress injuries in 4 years. It wasn't until I finally understood that my drive to be the best, to chase my Olympic dream, was the very thing that kept leading me to overdo it. But here's the thing I see over and over again now as a coach. The real problem is lack of structure. You need a plan that actually works for you. Part 2, what actually works? Let's talk about the system I believe in. Training based on heart rate and time on feet. If you're using Garmin Coach or something else and it's working, you're getting faster, you're feeling stronger, you're staying injury free, then keep going. But if you're like me or like many of the athletes that I coach with a strong drive to improve but stuck in a pattern of overdoing it, then I highly recommend switching to heart rate targets and time-based runs. Why? Because heart rate training personalizes your training. Instead of running at a pace that may be too fast or too slow, you're training at the right intensity for your body. Here's an example. My max heart rate is 197 around 200. So when my plan says 75%, that means that I'm running at 150 heart rate. But if your max is 180, your 75% effort would be 135. And that's why I create plans that work for a wide range of runners, because we base it on your heart rate, not some generic pace. Same goes for time-based training instead of distance. If 2 runners both run for 60 minutes, one might go 6K and another might go 10K, and that's okay. The stimulus is still tailored to your body, and thousands of runners have messaged me about getting injured or burned out using pace-based plans from Garmin, Runner, or other apps. And that's why I do things differently. And no, heart rate training does not mean you'll never run fast. It just means that you're controlling intensity smartly. A good heart rate-based plan includes zone 2 runs, speed play, progressive runs, tempo runs, steady state, and eventually threshold runs. They progressively build time at higher intensities and increase your total running time. I talk a lot about threshold training because it's key for distances like the 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon. By increasing time at threshold and overall volume in a smart way, we improve your aerobic capacity, and that translates to faster race times. Periodization is another piece most people miss. And yes, you need hard runs, but you also need easy weeks. Most plans that I've seen have easy days and hard days, but you also need deload weeks, and not just right before race day, which is called the taper. When I started working with my last coach, this was the biggest change, and wow, it transformed my progress. Now, about cross-training and rest days. Cross-training is amazing for beginner runners who aren't ready to handle more running volume. Especially if you're running slow, but your heart rate is still high. You can't just keep adding running. And cycling or swimming lets you build aerobic capacity without the same impact. But if you can run slowly with a low heart rate and you're still doing tons of cross-training, ask yourself why. Because that used to be me. I was cross-training 8 hours a week because I couldn't handle more running, I thought. Once I fixed the intensity of my runs, everything changed. I went from running 5 days a week and getting injured, I'm not even kidding, to running 14 days in a row. Your body can handle so much more than you think if you give it the right kind of stress. And again, that's all about intensity. Part 3, what to do instead. Stop listening to the no pain, no gain crowd. Seriously, you've tried that. It does not work in the long run. Start using a plan that's based on heart rate and time on feet. Make sure your plan includes 1. Proper intensity control. 2. Built-in recovery weeks. 3. Periodization. And 4. Starts from where you're at now, not where you wish you were. And it doesn't have to be one of my plans. You can build your own. But please don't follow someone else's plan if it wasn't built for you. That would be like me trying to follow an Olympic marathoner's training. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. And it's not your fault that these apps or plans make you feel like a failure. You're not a failure and you're not alone. And I created a free Excel template to help you track your training by time and heart rate. Link is in the description. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments. Are you stuck in the work harder but not get faster cycle? Please let me know. Have you tried heart rate training before? Remember, training harder isn't the problem. It's how you train that matters. And remember to download the free tracker and check out my latest video, Injured Runner, Here's What I Wish I Knew Sooner. I'll link it right here.